It's a special week this week. It's National Eating Disorder Awareness Week. So, of course, I had to make a video, and this year I decided to make a video sharing to raise awareness. So, I'm going to share 5 facts or statistics about eating disorders that you may not be aware of. Let's go. And these are all from NEDA's website, National Eating Disorder Association, straight from there so you can see them yourselves. First one is going to be that 9% of the U.S. population, 20.8 million Americans will have an eating disorder in their lifetime. 28.8 million Americans, just Americans. Let that sink in to how many people that truly is that are going to suffer from such a terrible illness. And it is an illness. It's not some choice like some people want to make you believe. To give you a perspective, 4 years ago in 2020 at their census, Florida had 21.5 million people in it. Just to give you a perspective. The second one is every 52 minutes, less than an hour, one person dies as a direct consequence of an eating disorder. Less than an hour. Less than 1 hour. One soul is lost because of an eating disorder. I mean, that speaks volumes. Number 3. 22% of children and adolescents worldwide show disordered eating. Now, disordered eating is different than an eating disorder. However, it can very severely and quickly lead to an eating disorder. And to put this into perspective, there are about 2 billion children and adolescents in the world from what I researched. So that is 440 million children and adolescents show disordered eating. 440 million. Eating disorders have the second highest mortality rate of any psychiatric illness, behind opiate addiction. So for those of you who don't think eating disorders are a real thing and a real problem, there you go. There's some facts for you. It is so shocking how little resources there are and ways to get help and places to get help when it's the second highest mortality rate of any psychiatric illness. Blows my mind. The next one is over 3.3 million healthy life years worldwide are lost yearly because of eating disorders. And we don't register that. We are such in our eating disorders and so controlled that our eating disorders put up blinders for those things. And in the moment, we don't think about the damage we're doing. We don't see the damage we're doing. There was times where people were so concerned about me because they saw physically what I was like, but I didn't see it. I didn't. I would be being rushed to the ER and still didn't see how severe my eating disorder was. Residential facilities wouldn't take me because I was such a liability medically, and I still gave no fudge and thought I was fine. Again, eating disorders, very scary. I wanted to put this next one in here because there are a lot of stigmas around eating disorders and the fact of like, oh, you don't look like you have an eating disorder. I have heard that many a times and heard many people be told that many a times, and then that makes them feel like they don't need help when they do. So I want to make sure to get this fact in here. Despite the fact that individuals with higher body weight have a 2.45 times greater chance of engaging in disordered eating behaviors as patients of normal weight, Such patients receive clinical diagnosis of an eating disorder half as frequently as patients with normal or underweight. I have been in treatment 6 times. And every single time, the amount of patients diagnosed with an eating disorder and in treatment because a medical professional put them there and told them they needed it. Many of them had been told before, oh, you don't like you have an eating disorder, because their weight wasn't abnormal. Their weight was fine. Weight does not correlate to having an eating disorder or not having an eating disorder. That is a big misconception I wanted to make sure to throw in here, because it doesn't matter what you look like. Your BMI and your weight could be perfectly fine, but you could be malnourished and in a severe eating disorder. So definitely wanted to get that in there. If any of you are struggling or know someone who's struggling, you or them are not alone. Please don't be afraid to reach out to me, the helpline. Please, please, please. It is so important. You are all beautiful, brave, and deserve the world. Thank you for watching. Happy NEDA week. Don't forget to subscribe. Love you all.